everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of the Sock Witchery podcast. My name is Lindsay. You can find me here on YouTube, Instagram, and Ravelry as Sock Witchery. I am coming to you from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where I live with my husband Colin and our cat Gigi. Welcome to the first episode of 2022. A lot of people were more on top of this than me because it's Monday the 17th as I'm recording this, and yeah, we're already halfway through January. So, today I have one FO. Well, I technically have two, but I don't have pictures of the other one. It has gone to its owner. But I have one FO, several garment whips to share with you. I did not bring any of my sock whips up because my sock mojo has been a little off since the beginning of, since December, and that's okay. So I'll show you that. And I have some fun acquisitions to share with you, and then we'll just catch up on some life stuff. If you watched Vlogmas, thank you so much for your support during Vlogmas. I am sorry I didn't finish Vlogmas properly. Work got a little stressful in December, as if you watched Vlogmas you saw, and when we got done with work on the 22nd, I kind of just was done doing a lot of stuff. So, yeah, thank you again if you watched Vlogmas. And if this is your first episode, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Let's get rolling. I have one FO, like I said. I might even get out my sock blockers for this because So these are the Special on Hot Sock by Skein Cocaine. I got these at Rhinebeck, and this at Rhinebeck, the yarn at Rhinebeck, and then this is my String of Lights pattern, which I will link below. That's it. I have one FO that is with my brother-in-law because I knit him socks for Christmas that was out of West Yorkshire Spinners Owl colorway, and I did the String of Lights for him as well. I might pop a picture in. He did send me a picture of him wearing them with their dog also, like, being interested in them. So I might pop that in right here. We'll see. Okay, that literally, I know, that's the not greatest FO, like, parade, but it is what it is. Okay, let's talk about whips though. Okay, so this first one, if you watched Vlogmas, you saw in progress a lot. Unfortunately, once I finished all the color parts, like opening the advents and stuff, I kind of lost steam on it. But I think a good couple of days of work and I'll be able to get it done. So this is my Shady side pullover by Samantha Guerin Designs. I will link it below. And, I mean, at least I have a neckband. So it has a folded over neckband, so that's what I'm working on. That's what's taking me forever because it's on size, I believe, size 3 needles, and it's 3 inches, and then you have to seam it down. And I lost steam on it. But here's your neckband. This is the back, so I'll flip it around. Here is the front of the sweater. So I did days 1 through 18 on the body, and then 19 through 25 on the sleeves. I decided that because, again, if you watch Vlogmas, you know I had some issues with the yarn, like the contrast yarn. So I'm doing my neckband in this gray. And I faded the stripes in on the sleeves and the body because I have to match this gray. I know it's winter, so, you know, my lighting, I'm doing the best I can. It might be a little blown out from the side. It's okay. So I'm going to do the neckband in this color. I'm going to do the cuffs of the sleeves in this color. Do one more stripe on the body. And then I'm going to do the ribbing of the body itself in day 25. Yeah. So I need to get stepping on this because, like, I'm so close to being done. But as you'll see in a minute here, I got distracted by other things. But I love this pattern. This is the second time I've knit it. I'm even more excited about this one. I'll just peek out from underneath. I love my one I wore for Rhinebeck, New York Sheep and Wool Festival as well. But this one's so fun. So I did not use mohair. So instead, the pattern calls for a fingering, and then these smaller stripes are done with a mohair held with the fingering. Instead, I just did the gray contrast. I think I did a pretty good job with the fading into the dark gray. You can't super tell, and that's good. So, yay. I think talking about this has maybe motivated me to maybe finish it. I'm recording this on the 17th, I believe I said. I can't remember if I said that in this take or the first take, but I have off from work today for Martin Luther King, and I have a lot of knitting time. I do have to go run errands, but I have a lot of knitting time. And then just have a lot of knitting time coming up in general because we have several days without students, which lends me more knitting time when I'm at work, which sounds horrible, but when I'm just reading through things or, you know, grading, I like grade a little bit. And when I have no kids, I grade a little bit, I knit a couple rows. I grade a little bit, I knit a couple rows just to help spend my time. So, yeah. Okay, so that is my shady side, Advent shady side. Sorry, I should have said, in case you did not watch Vlogmas, that was using the Fangirl Fibers Winter and Stars Hollow Advent Calendar. I'm very excited because, I keep checking to see if the cat's coming in. I'm very excited because I have a lot of leftovers with that, and so I think I might do a cowl. I'm probably gonna do a blanket. I'm getting that itch to work on blankets again. Whether I'm gonna find the time to do it, I don't know. I have a lot of sweater plans for this year, and we can talk about that in the life stuff. So next, let's talk about both of these. Well, we'll talk about this one first. So living in my Hannah Lou Designs bag from Bumblebee Acres. They are sold exclusively through them. In my rainbow plaid flannel with yellow canvas bottom. And then stripy rainbow inside with gigantic pockets. I love this bag. I need more of this bag. So in here, the actual body of the sweater is downstairs because I'm working on it, and I have so this sweater, this is the Soven Sweater by Meghan Babin, who is half of Hudson and West. It is inspired by the sweater Chris Evans wears in Knives Out, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. And I'll pop a picture of the pattern in right here. And I am doing this for the Crazy Cabled Sweater Cal that I'm hosting with Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. It's basically super low key. You knit an adult garment. To me, garment is if it has a neck hole, so ponchos, swanchos, all that jazz. Counts, vest, pullover, cardigan just has to be an adult sized with a fair amount of cables. I'm gonna say, like, if it's just got cables on the ribbing, that doesn't count. You need like body cables. Give me just a couple, but like we need body cables. So anyway, I'm doing this out of Wool of the Andes worsted in Icicle Heather. I love this color. And I have 2 sleeves. So please don't panic when you see these sleeves. It is meant to look like this. So, da, da, da. I feel like I should be playing the theme from 2001: A Space Odyssey as I do this because they're very long. But that's how they're supposed to be with the construction. Here's the cables. So the body itself has, here's my other one. I finished the other one. One of them yesterday and one of them a couple weeks ago. The construction of the sweater has saddles. So these will literally come all the way up here. So when they look really, really long, they're supposed to be really, really long. It is an oversized menswear inspired sweater. It is a unisex sweater, but menswear inspired. So the yoke is deeper. So like, it'll be oversized, and I planned for that. And yeah, super excited about this. My goal is to get it done by January, end of January. We'll see. But yeah, we all know I'm easily distracted, so we'll see what happens with that. I have a lot of stuff living in here. I have the coffee and vanilla lotion bar I got in my advent calendar. I've got some of the many Monster Stitches Progress Keepers and stitch markers I bought. I have stitch markers stuck on it. They're Jurassic Park inspired. This is the Ian Malcolm set. And then this is the scene where the T-Rex crushes the Jeep. So it's got like a, come on, you wanna look at this? No? Okay. Well, it's got like a shattered glass bead and stuff. It's really cool. I love her stuff. They're very subtly nerdy, and I like that a lot. I also have a tube of Bee Bella chapstick in here in the lavender vanilla, which is not open because I bought a 3-pack and have used a bunch of them. Okay, so that's Soven. Expect to see that soon. Soon. Those sleeves took, I believe on my knit companion, actually look, my iPad is right here. I think they took 33-ish hours. My time's not gonna be super accurate because I've also been working on the body. I've been working on this project for 36 hours and 44 minutes so far. I don't know if you knew this. Hold on, let me show you this feature without also showing you the pattern itself. Come in. Oh no, and I closed it. you can see how long you've been working if you tap like the info in the bottom poppy upy thing on Knit Companion. So yeah, that's how I've been working on this. But I'm loving it a lot, so I'm very excited and I want to get it done because I want to wear it while it's cold. Plus, Hudson & West has a new cabled pattern collection coming out in February, so yay. All right, also cast on for the Crazy Sweater Cow. If you watched Vlogmas, you saw this yarn as a different sweater. That sweater went sideways. We're not going to talk about it. We're just going to move on. I have in here the Scotch Mist Pullover by Thea Colman. Now, it is impossible not to be in the middle of a row on this because it is in the round. I'm doing this out of Wool of the Andes Tweed in the Lighthouse Heather. It looks charcoal gray. It is actually gray and blue and green. I have said countless times, I bought this yarn this summer. You also saw this as the retro pullover. This one's actually going to be successful, I think. It's very impossible to get the color of this accurately. Like, you could look on KnitPicks' website and that would probably give you the most accurate color. So this is, again, an oversized cabled pullover. It's got some really fun cables that you can't really see because I'm not that far. But it's got split hem ribbing. This took quite a while because I believe the ribbing is about 3 inches. But I'm super excited about it. Just that Saven's been taking up my time a lot, and that's okay because they're not both getting it done at the same time. It's just life. So this is living in my Celeste bag from Fangirl Fibers as part of a collaboration we did last year with Lemonade Shop. Actually 2 years ago now because that was 2020 we did that. All right, my last sweater whip. So basically everything I'm knitting is either cabled or by Samantha Guerin Designs. So I am doing a test knit for Samantha out of, again, I'm not sponsored by KnitPicks. I'd like to be, but I'm not. Again, out of Wool of the Andes Tweed, I'm doing this in the Shire Heather colorway and also the Dove Gray colorway, but it's over there because I had to weigh it and I don't have it right by me and I don't want to get up to go get it, so it's just going to be over there. Just trust me. You'll see it in a second. I am test knitting the Chalet Days pullover for her. So we're trying to just keep it to progress and not full body. So I will just show you the color work yoke. Yay! I am dying to wear this. So I actually took this to work the other day and did like almost 4 inches of body. We had a weird schedule on Friday, so I didn't have kids in the afternoon, so I just plowed through it. So this is coming in February, I believe. The deadline is February for the test knitters, and it's gorgeous. I haven't done a color work sweater in a couple of years, I want to say. I went through a phase where I made a lot of Lopi sweaters, like Icelandic pullovers, and I just kind of burned out. So this was a nice reintroduction into color work. So this is a Studio Ghibli bag from Fate's Thread. I don't have a lot of sweater size bags. You basically just saw all of them. I think I have like one more, but it's got, yeah, it's over there. It's got stuff in it. Okay, so acquisitions. Christmas related acquisitions. I will pop the picture in here because they're downstairs in the kitchen with the rest of my shoes. I got a pair of the Craft and Adventure boots from Hohi & Co. I love them, but they need to be, they're pretty much broken in, but they need to be waterproofed, or like, I live in Wisconsin. There's snow from now till forever, and then there's mud from now till forever, so I want to make sure they don't get dirty. So they're gorgeous. I love them. I cannot wait to wear them. I need to get on getting the waterproofing for them. So those are downstairs. I also got sorry, hair in my mouth. I also got a new ball winder. So I have the Stanwood ball winder, which I got as a Christmas gift, which was good timing because my plastic one was making me insane. It was eating things and not winding correctly, and just, I wind a lot of yarn as evidenced by all the stuff that's been caked up for way too long. So I go through ball winders pretty quickly. My first one I think lasted for 4 years and wound probably tens of thousands of yards of yarn before it died. And then, yeah, I have the Stanwood. It's the one that's got the thing that goes like this. Like it goes, yeah. You tell I'm not working and it's Monday. My brain's a little funky. Let's talk about acquisitions. I knocked something off. I did. Put that back up there. Okay. So for 2022, let's talk acquisitions and 2022 plans kind of at the same time. So I have some plans to I'm not even gonna say possibly, I'm gonna do it. I have plans to design a garment or two this year. I am signed up, the class actually starts today, the workshop starts today, for the Idea to Pattern seminar workshop class being held by Pip and Pin, who's Meghan Nodecker out of Canada. You probably know her patterns, Cat Bell's sweater, Cat Bell's cardigan, are two of the big ones. The Mama cardigan's another one. Really great size inclusive designer, and I'm just really excited to get some guidance on the more technical side of it. I know like the shapes I want to do, I know the styles I want to do, but it's the math and the grading and all that good stuff. So progress will be coming with that. It is a 6-week long course. Registration for it is closed. I'm sure they'll run it again at some point, but I signed up last week and it starts actually today. So I should probably check my email at some point for that. So in that vein, I have bought a couple of books. I bought the Amy Herzog Ultimate Sweater book. So it's a reference for knitting sweaters. It's also a reference for, it's the essential guide for adventurous knitters is what it says at the bottom. And it gives you all sorts of things. This is actually the second book of this I bought because the first one went missing in transit. Like I had to get a refund because it went missing. So it was published in, let's take a quick peek, shall we? Because I want to make sure, and I'm sure she is, but I'm real big on size inclusivity just because we all know that that's super important. So this was published in 2018, so might not be, but I'm hoping it is. I'm gonna be honest with you, haven't even looked through this all the way yet, but because I haven't made the point to do it yet. So it's got basics, adjustments, embellishments, and then it comes with sweater patterns as well. So I will be working with this book for some stuff. I also bought, oh gosh, the Vogue Ultimate Knitting book. I bought this and it came this weekend and I'm like looking through it going, I know all this. Why do I have? Then I got to the later chapters. So I've been watching a lot of I'll Knit If I Want To by, Andrea Mowry. I almost call her Drea Renee. Well, she's Drea Renee Knits, but not, her name is Andrea Mowry. So it's basically a podcast where she answers questions and she gives a lot of like good recommendations and tips and tricks and stuff like that. And someone had asked about sweater design and I perked up because I'm interested. And she said that this book is a good like go-to for this. So this was revised and updated, I believe, in 2016. I want to say 2018. So this and the Amy Herzog came out at about the same time, or were updated at about the same time. It also in the vein of Andrea Mowry recommendations. I talked about this on Vlogmas, but I also bought a treasury of knitting patterns. So it's 500 different patterns, including knit and purl combinations, ribbing, color change, slip stitch, twisted stitch, fancy texture, yarn over stitch, eyelet, lace cables, and cable stitch patterns. So about that. This you can get for really inexpensive. You can get really inexpensively. So I got that as well. And then we never actually did the Wisconsin sheep and wool vlog because my camera stopped recording. I'm actually going to keep an eye on that because I think my phone's still a little full from Vlogmas. Maybe Vlogtober too. But I bought fiber at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool after saying, I'm not going to buy any fiber. I have fiber from 2019 shows that I have not spun up yet. It's living. You can't see it. I don't know where it is. But it's somewhere in here, my fiber stash is. And my wheel is sitting over there being neglected. And again, with the I'll Knit If I Want To podcast, it's also the I'll Spin If I Want To podcast because Andrea Mowry in the last year or so has gotten really into spinning. I've had my spinning wheel for 5 years now. I'm pretty sure I got it in 2016. I did get it in 2016. I've spun with it. I have hand spun. Actually, this is my very, very first skein of hand spun right here on my wheel. Have it. I have a bunch of it, and I started some projects with it, and then I've never done anything else. And I want to be able to do better. Like, obviously, this is a first-timer's skein. I was so proud of this, and it's plied too, so that was like a big deal for me. My Lazy Kate is actually a couple of Sterilite baskets and some dowels, because the Lazy Kate for my wheel, I have a Spin Illusion Echo. The Lazy Kate for my wheel is the only Lazy Kate that fits it, and it's expensive, and at the time I did not have the money, and I wanted to ply, so I'm going to make an avalanche, but I want to show you some of my hand spun. Yeah, so I got better, obviously. This is, I believe, a Superwash Merino Nylon. I was a big fan of Nerd Girl Fibers, who I think has gone under, but I got better. I'm not good at fiber prep. I'm not good at spinning styles, but I am really good at getting even singles. Don't look at that part. For the most part, even singles. And then I did eventually learn to chain ply. I think it's way too tight, but I did learn to chain ply. So again, this is Nerd Girl Fibers. This is Safety Lights Are for Dudes. I think this is called Use the Force. That one, I can't remember where that's from. And it's ancient. There's another one right here that's also Nerd Girl Fibers. I think that's a Harry Potter related one. Anyway, in that vein, I have a plan for the bats that I bought at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool. I also yesterday bought some Corriedale top, I believe it's top, roving or top, which might be the same thing. Don't ask me for spinning stuff. I'm a very young Padawan when it comes to that. In that vein, I have plans for that yarn or that fiber that I want to do. So I bought the Yarn of Texture book. My mom and I actually both bought this, apparently, after we saw it on the podcast. She's about halfway through the book. I am not. My mother is a much better spinner than I am. She's also been spinning longer than I have. She also has a nicer... Not that my wheel isn't nice, but my wheel is quirky. Not in a, like, bad way, but it's not like any other wheel, because that was kind of its whole shtick. And it's really easy to use, but when I go to look for reference stuff, I don't always have the guidance I need because of the style of my wheel. So that book will hopefully help with that. Okay, that is book acquisitions over the last, like, 6 weeks or so. So try and hold me accountable for the whole garment thing. I'll keep you posted as to how it's going. So let's talk about yarn I have purchased. So I bought the yarn for the Chalet Days test knit, and then at the same time I bought yarn to make the, I think it's pronounced Stria cardigan by Andrea Mowry. To be honest with you, I have knit one Andrea Mowry pattern, garment pattern to completion. I knit the Weekender twice. I have one out of Fisherman's Wool by Lion Brand, and I have had one out of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter that lives at Cream City Yarn in Brookfield. If you ever go and see the shop sample in the Caraway color, that is the one that I made. It was my Rhineback sweater for 2019. It's on my Ravelry if you want to go look at it. So I really liked that cardigan, but I wanted to do something a little more neutral with it because I made a weird arbitrary proclamation later in the year last year that I was only going to knit cardigans in neutral colors so that I would be more likely to wear them, because I feel if I made, like, not that you can see over here, I have a tendency towards neutrals, green, red, and I really like blue and teal and green, and yeah, so decided I wanted to do something a little more neutral. So I bought a sweater's quantity of, this is Palette Twist. It is Peruvian Highland wool, right? Yeah, Peruvian Highland, fingering weight. 231 yards to 50 grams. So I bought a ton of these as my main color. And then the box is over there. I bought, get the other one over there too. Whoop, and it bounced back, it tribbled back. I bought 4 contrast colors because it's a main body and then contrast colors. And I bought them in a range of blue and gray. So my lightest blue is Abyss Heather. It's, there we go. Oh yeah, thank you lighting. There we go. So it's very navy blue. Then Midnight Heather, which is similar to that Lighthouse Heather in which it's not black, it's actually blue. This is really hard to tell. Then I got Asphalt Heather. And then just straight up black. So, no idea when I'm going to cast it on. Probably not in the near future with all the cabled stuff I have going on. Also, that cardigan is on like a size 2.5 needle and it's half fisherman's rib. So we'll see if that happens or if that, maybe that'll become my first colorwork garment design. Probably not, but maybe. You never know. Okay, so that was that. And then if you are on my Instagram, you saw all the yarn that came at once on Saturday. So, I would say like, oh yeah, I pre-ordered a lot. Nah, I bought all this as a post-Christmas yarn blow up. It's fine. I have no problem with it. I do have 2 clubs from Dragon Horde Yarn coming from her Great Goddess Club for January. Those will be here tomorrow. And I also have 2 skeins of yarn coming from Gaddy Yarn Co. They're coming. They're actually literally in Fond du Lac. They're just not out for delivery because it's a holiday. We don't have mail. But I'll show you what I do have so far. So first up, the Mandy's Makings sock set from Crazy Sock Lady. I believe this is a Crazy Sock Lady exclusive called Razzle Dazzle. This is really nice speckle with this beautiful pink mini. It is 75/25 merino nylon, 462 to 100 grams, and the mini is 92 yards. So I've been really obsessed with sock sets lately. Like if you saw Vlogmas, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bought 6 sock sets. One of them that I'm not even sure if I talked about on Vlogmas is this one from Sorella Yarn called Snowy Day. On her nylon sock, which is an 80/20, so 400 yards to the main and 80 to the little. So this didn't come on Saturday, but I didn't talk about it. So sock sets. And then for individual skeins, I bought some breaking yarn. This is McKaylee. She's out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is the Heisenberg colorway. I love her explanation of this. So it's mostly black with like 20% of her Walter White colorway because she feels that there was 20% of Walter White left when he became Heisenberg. If I'm spoiling Breaking Bad for you, sorry. I guess I didn't really spoil anything, but yeah, so I'm very excited to knit this up. She made a shawl out of this, but I don't think I've seen it anywhere as like a sock, and obviously it will be a sock. I also got Breaking Violet, which, yee. I have very few purple socks, so I'm excited to knit this up. And purple is kind of a theme with the rest of the stuff you're going to see too. So these are my Breaking Yarn acquisitions. I also got her really cool scissors. So she has one of those ones that like it has the cap on it, and when you take it off, it does this. And it, well, you do, yeah. It's got her like logo on it. They're very cool and very useful. They're living in the living room. That's why they're not up here, because I am actively working down there. I don't actively work in here. This is more storage. I'd like to change that this year. I don't know. I'm not always a big fan of like the vlog thing, because I don't know, I'm just not. Like I have a good intention, then I don't actually do it. So I'm like, oh, I'll do a yarn room organization vlog. I probably won't do that. Might tour you through it when it's done, but like I'm literally looking over in the corner. So like I have a window here. I have a closet over here. Closet is literally, we moved in and I chucked like every bin and bag and everything in there. That corner is literally full of boxes still, and just, I need an organization. There's a couch behind the camera because I thought I wanted it up here, and it turns out I don't. So we have to figure out how to get it out of here. So yarn room organization needs to, all of this yarn up here and all the yarn I just showed you, there's no home for it right now because everything is full. So anyway, hi, ramble much. Haven't done this in a while. My foot's asleep too from how I was sitting. So I got some Dragon Horde yarn. One of my yarn purchasing goals for 2022 was to buy more Dragon Horde yarn because I love her stuff and I barely had any. So I bought her some of her princesses. I got Ariel on her Lore fingering, which is her 85/15 merino nylon. So this is Ariel. I bought Rapunzel on her Lore fingering, which is 85/15 math. That's Rapunzel. And then one of the most underrated princesses of all time, Megara. Sorry, Megara. I don't know why I say Megara. Megara from Hercules. This is on her myth base. This is her 75/25. I know she's planning to do more updates of the princesses. There are also more princesses that did not come out in that collection, and there are other ones I didn't buy. I believe Jasmine, Merida. Are the only two I didn't buy? I feel like there was more, but go check her Instagram, you'll see. So that, oh, that's ball band. That's pretty much it. As far as acquisitions and plans for 2022, lots of cabled garments. I have a feeling socks might kind of back burner until closer to sock camp, maybe. We'll see. It'll depend. I go in streaks and spurts where I'm like, I'm just not feeling socks too. I'm going to knit every single sock forever. So we will see what happens. So I hope to check in with you guys every 2 weeks or so. But as I always say, I am a teacher. That is my full-time job. This time of year is not always the greatest. It's great because we have a lot of like random days off because of holidays and end of the semester and blah, blah, blah. But we also have the possibility of snow days, which then makes our school year longer and stuff like that. And then March is just an absolute nightmare for music teachers because it's music in our schools month and they like to make as much music stuff happen in that 4 weeks as they can. So that's a little stressful. But then we have spring break and then we get ready for the end of the year and everything's beautiful. But yeah, not gonna use my podcast as my gripe about being a teacher time because I love it. It's not the greatest right now with the pandemic and stuff, but it's not always going to be like this. So yay. Okay, that's life stuff with work. Yeah, it's basically getting kids to still be excited about their instrument when we don't have a concert for a long time. So yeah, it's always a little tricky, but it'll be good. Okay, I'm gonna let you go here. I'm going to go get this edited and uploading, and I'm going to go run my errands. So I will see you guys in about 2 weeks, and thanks for joining me. Bye.